Today is bathroom teardown day. We definitely have a problem with moisture getting in. It's a good thing we're ripping all of this out. That was a long one. I'm finding that sometimes it is easier just to break pieces than to try to get these screws out. Aaron has figured out how to take off these side panels. I'm afraid I'm gonna break the screwdriver. I'm trying to remove any of the trim pieces on the inside of the bathroom that are holding the wall unit in place. If I'm successful, the goal would be to just slide the wall out and throw it into the trash pile. Okay, it's just started to move. I've definitely been able to separate this panel from the track that it's in, but there are screws still down in here that are actually behind this panel that I have not been able to unscrew. I'm still having a really hard time getting to these screws, but I feel like I'm getting closer. I'm kind of getting sidetracked trying to remove this panel, but I don't know another way to get to those screws. Hey, Mom.
What are you doing?
You want to come and take a look?
Yeah.
I've peeled all of this away. I've removed some of the tracks from the inside, and now I've basically been working on taking out all these screws.
She's stuck on the wall. See?
Are totally rusted. This is part of an area where we've had a leak coming in. You can tell whenever you walk in because the light fixture is all foggy and there are droplets of water on the inside. And this is what the screws look like. Holy heck, that is what happens when you have a screw that is totally rusted. The next one down is also rusted out. It's literally still wet. We've had so much rain recently. I'm going to attempt to pull back this section of the ceiling. Okay, so these ceiling panels are actually screwed in place, which is probably why I'm having so much trouble. This strip here is holding it on one side, and I'm suspecting that under here there is a second metal plate that is holding this ceiling panel on the other side. Yes, this is actually really heavy. This is actually really heavy, but this piece came off because I was able to peel back that ceiling panel. So just something to note, if you're trying to remove a bathroom section like this yourself, you may have to peel away part of the ceiling that you weren't expecting to. I try to remember to keep my wire cutters handy because it seems like almost everything in this bus has a hidden wire attached to it. Come on, you want to come out. This is what the floor looks like in here, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more investigating to figure out why this panel is not moving from the floor. This is the covering that was over the window inside the bathroom. I gotta show you guys this floor. This is the spot that I'm trying to figure out how to remove. We were always planning on removing the floors in here, but you can see just how important that is. Anytime I hit this with a hammer, I get such a horrible ringing in my ear that it reminds me why I don't want to hit this with a hammer. Okay. The problem is... Yes! Think again. Oh, oh well. And one of the wall panels is now down after like approximately 2 or 3 hours of work. This is way easier than trying to unscrew them from the other side. The one screw at the bottom is jammed in and I can't get to it from this side. Maybe if I take a hammer and I hammer in this nut, it'll knock it out. Once the tension's gone, it comes right off. Like butter. The door is off. The door is heavy. We'll just put this in our waste disposal area. Hopefully we will figure this out soon. Wow. This is another very heavy piece of metal. I am once again attempting to remove this piece of metal that was underneath that back row of seats. Hopefully, if I get this piece of metal off, it will be easier for me to remove the wall section. This relatively small piece of metal is actually held in place by a screw. Surprise! Ugh, you can see all of this rotten floor. Ugh. Folks have been asking me why we were taking out this bathroom. Well, because this bathroom is totally crappy and no good anymore, and we're gonna be going with composting toilets. Wonderful. That's not working. I've discovered the nice thing about having screws that are secured into rotten wood is that it's actually fairly simple to just pull these pieces off. Wow, that was easy. Look at that rotten wood. I was trying to pull this metal piece off of the panel and I broke my screwdriver. I'm going to attempt to get this metal piece out tonight, and then I'm also going to tackle these screws that are still holding it in over here on this side. Here's the metal piece. Done. Oh. Oh, okay. And done. Here's what that space looks like without the wall partition. The next part of this is going to be removing this section back here that kind of causes the toilet to flush, and then just physically getting the toilet off of the mounting there.
I'm just gonna smash nails.
Okay, well maybe we should be careful with that hammer, okay babes?
Okay.
The bathroom's down, did you see? The bathroom walls?
Yes, I know. Did they use the hammer?
I did use the hammer, and I also used my foot.
I just kicked it as slowly, and then it disappeared. Look, I don't want to get that.
Yeah, okay, you should step back, babes. There's glass there.
What?
Head out, there's glass.
I want to go with this.
Okay. Finally, we're picking up some safety eyewear that we've needed. Nothing like dealing with plumbing to make you care about your vision.
Don't need extra large, apparently.
Oh, I like it. You look
Just large, not extra large.
you look superhero-esque. No size small offerings. I guess you're gonna be doing all the work. Here's the size small. Oh, these don't feel the same. Oh no, that's not. Nope. Do you want to get these? Safety masks. Safety first. We've officially upgraded our setup now in the bus. We have an air conditioner, and we now have our laptop out here in the bus with us with digital copies from the service manual that we purchased, so we have a better understanding of how things go together. Yes, this would have been helpful when we were taking apart those overhead bins and had no idea what we were doing, but there are plenty of other parts of this bus that we know little or nothing about, so these manuals are a huge help. take out all of these screws. These bolts also have to go. These screws are coming out too. One out, two out, and then I have one to go on the other side. This is the last bolt that was anchoring the toilet into the floor. The floorboards are rotten, so that's why these rusted out bolts were easy to take out. The screws that are screwed into metal are not going to be as easy. These screws are now almost all out. One down. Hey, one to go. Both pieces are out now, and the toilet is the only part that's left. Ugh. Underneath the plastic and underneath the rotten wood, there's actually sheets of metal. So my plan of being able to get through the flooring probably isn't going to work. Here's what it looks like. All of that wood is rotten, but not all of the plastic breaks apart easily. The toilet is still in place, kind of still. And then this part here is actually metal. So I'm gonna still try and get through the rest of this area tonight so that I can reveal what is holding the toilet in place. But yeah, there it is. Yes! Yes! I got it! I got the toilet out. Okay, there it is.
So we have a general idea where the black tank is, but the actual location is really hard to find. This is where the toilet is right now, and so either the black tank's right underneath here or right underneath this side. And the problem is right now that getting to it is very difficult, and it may not be able to do it until we either go in through this side and start pulling out this stuff, which is the old air conditioner and whatever else, or until we actually start removing the floor. So until we do those two, we're probably not going to mess with a black tank. So instead of doing that right now, we're going to move on to the next step, which is tearing down the walls and the ceiling, and starting to tape out the actual floor layout.
Sometimes I need him to come and give me some of his man strength. Thank you, baby. Okay, so here's the situation. I have worked with removing part of the ceiling so that I could get this piece off, and I got the big black piece off.
Nice.
This I actually got all the way out of its anchor, and it will move, but I can't figure out what's holding it. I don't know if it's getting, I pulled the floor up a little bit, it's all rotten. I don't know why it won't come out.